Last week, I asked the question on some of our social media platforms on guessing the next topic the topic we'll be learning about in the next series. Okay, so today I'm here to tell you the answer. Hi, my name is Oluwabusayo Odukoya, and you can also call me the Global Teacher. For the next couple of weeks, we'll be learning about word problem. This is one topic that most students find very challenging, but I want to assure you that we'll be learning about it for the next couple of weeks, and I want to assure you that it's something that is very simple, and it's something I know you will eventually get to learn and understand better. Okay, word problem is actually a type of mathematics question written in words instead of just numbers or symbols. It describes a real life situation that you have to solve using mathematics. Now, a word problem is just like a real life situation that you have to solve using mathematics. Now, let's break it down. Word problem is just like a mathematics question that is being asked in words. That is the simple definition I can give to it. So it's like a mathematics question, mathematics problem asked in words, like in sentence form. So that means that your understanding of what those sentences mean is very important. And that's one key factor most students find challenging when solving word problems. So the very first thing you have to do is you read the questions carefully. You would need, if you want to understand word problem, you would need to read the questions carefully. If you don't read the question carefully, you might not understand what you are required to do or what the question expects you to do. So you need to read the question carefully. Now, for most of my students I teach in class, I tell them, translate the word problem to a language you understand. If you understand Yoruba language, translate it in Yoruba language and you translate it statement by statement. You translate it one sentence at a time. Now, if you understand Yoruba language, translate it so that you'll be able to deduce the understanding of that particular sentence from your own mother tongue, because it's actually a word problem. That means that it's a language issue. That means it's actually a word problem. That means that it's a language issue. So you need to read the question carefully. So once you've read the question carefully, to actually make you to understand it very well, I would advise you translate it to the language you understand better. You can translate it to maybe Hausa language, so just your first language that you speak and you understand quite well, so that you'll be able to understand it better. It helps a lot. Now, secondly, understand the keywords. I'll be talking about the keywords today in class also. Understand the keywords. There are some keywords that you always see them in most of the questions on word problem. You would always see them. They are always there. Now, the third one is translate words into marked sentences. And the fourth one, practice regularly. Practice makes perfection. So practice regularly. It is the more you practice, the more you understand it better. So you can't just not just stumble on one word problem. You cannot just stumble on one word problem question and just go, this question is hard though, I cannot solve it. No, you will need to practice it regularly. So as you practice, you become perfect in solving those questions. Let's look at the keywords. The keywords that you would need to know, that if you can understand what those keywords mean, you find it easier to solve questions on word problem. There are some words that go with addition, that are in line with addition. Now, the first word is sum, total. The first word is sum. You also have total, you have altogether, you have in whole, you have combined, increased by, added to, plus, more than. So these words, when you see them, it simply means that you are expected to add. Now, secondly, let's move to words that are in line with words that goes in line with subtraction. Those words are difference. When you hear what's the difference between 6 and 18, that means that you are required. That means that you are required to subtract 6 from 18. That is 18 minus 6 to give you 12. Now, you can have something like fewer, minus, less than, decreased by, take away. How many more left? Remain, subtract. So when you see those numbers, they simply means that it simply means that you are required to subtract. Now, there are some words that goes in line with multiplication too. You have words like products, times, of, in some cases, twice, thrice, each, in whole. This number simply means that, this word simply means that you are required to multiply in that word problem. Now, finally, we're talking about words that goes with division. Those words include quotient, divided by, shared equally, each, per, average, out of. So these words simply for those particular words, they are simply required to divide. So when you see these words, they simply means that you should do one thing. It's either you add, subtract, multiply, or divide. So they help you to navigate your way easier when solving questions on word problem. So next class we'll be solving some questions on word problem. So see you in class. Have a wonderful week. Bye.